So I'm sure you've noticed advancements in ice fishing technology the last few years has pretty much just exploded. Between flashers, sonar, forward-facing sonar, underwater cameras, huts, augers, lithium batteries, big ice castles, you know, really detailed lake mapping. It's pretty much just gone crazy out there, and it's awesome. It makes finding fish usually a lot more easy, and it, you know, makes it a lot more enjoyable for a lot of people. But one thing I've noticed is that it can be overwhelming for someone to get into ice fishing now. I feel like one of the reasons the sport exploded in the first place is because it was so accessible for so many people. You didn't need a boat and a truck and all this crazy gear. All you needed was line, hook, and you know, some form of auger or axe or whatever. But that doesn't really seem to exist anymore, you know, which is fine. But if you are looking to get into ice fishing, you know, and just want to sample it before you go wild on gear, I'm going to kind of show you the absolute super basic archaic methods that I used 20 years ago when I started ice fishing. So I'm going to show you my setup here. I've got some 10-pound mono and a couple hunks of tongue and groove pine. And I could get fancy with this. We used to use like door stoppers and get a little bit technical with the gear, but I'm just using these for demonstration purposes, and then, you know, I'll probably go back to using actual fishing rods. Just gonna wrap a few feet of fishing line on here. Okay, so I've probably got 10 or 11 feet of 10-pound mono. You can use 8, but it's got to be mono if you're going with this tactic. You don't want to be hand bombing fish with braid if you get a pike, and fluorocarbon just has too much bounce to it to sit on that sweet tongue and groove pine like that. So typically I would use a split shot rig here, but I don't have any, so I cut off a little piece of a drop shot sinker. I'm just gonna clip that on. Nice straight hook. So I've got my little sinker and my little hook, a couple feet of line, and a hunk of pine. Even got a hook keeper right there. There's rig number 1. That's it. I haven't told Ashley that I'm not bringing rods or anything yet, or a flasher. I don't know how she'll feel about that. She likes watching the flasher a lot, and she really likes using a jigging spoon, so I'll at least carve her up a nicer hunk of wood that I'm using, you know, just to score some brownie points. There's our finished rig. I blew the budget a little and put a Gamakatsu octopus in there just because it was pink, you know. Gotta keep her happy. It's a nice March day. Gonna go out for the evening bite. Just picking a back lake. A lake that I've been to before, but not in about 10 years. So I'm gonna kind of show you how to break it down without all this gear and restore that natural fish finding ability that you develop growing up without all this gear. So it should be a good watch. We're gonna go for a nice big walk out there and hopefully sniff out some walleyes on some traditional gear. Don't. Move to a little bit of a sunnier area, the other point of the bay. It's not as defined, but it looks sassy, and we're in the sun, so the boss is happy. Hey bud, hey bud. Holy man, you're out of breath, eh? See that? Oh yeah. Normie promised not to steal the sticks. See how deep we are first off. That's pretty deep. Walleye, perch. It's like 12 feet. I'm gonna set this one up, and then we'll put some shallower lines in too. Maybe we can cheat some deeper ones out here. Use the most sensitive stick for the furthest out rod. That way we can really see her bend. This is way more work than I remember. Oh yeah. What do you mean? You think a fish is gonna deny it? Cause oh, Norm's gonna eat it for sure, yeah. Yeah, I didn't really think that through. Along with the rest of this. Oh yeah. That's gonna work. You grab the flasher, check how deep it is. Just came for the dogs. No, we're gonna catch him. You don't need all this fancy business, Ainsey. Not required. Forgot the flagging tape. This is how we used to fish. Did you ever fish like this?
No.
Say that again. You never had a rig like this.
No, not like this.
Well, what did you guys use?
Full length rods?
Ooh, that's smart. That makes way more sense than this. Well, this is how you do her in Dryden. People still fish like this. There's nothing wrong with it. Filled many a pans like this. Not in 20 years, but look at that, eh? Look at the warp on her.
Should have little bells.
Mm-hmm. That's too fancy. Okay, here's the no gear bottom test. Let her down, sit till they're slack. That's right in a pretty sweet little spot. Look at the parabolics to that Willa. It's not bad. It'll work. Yeah, you can see kind of the transition on this point. It's from soft to hard and then back into the bay. Any fish that wants to come into this bay is likely going to slow up on one of these points heading in. And that's one of the ways to find them without anything fancy. You just got to feel her out, sniff them out. Fire time. You'll watch the rods?
Want it?
I'll get the grass. Oh! Oh yeah, she's there. Get him. You got him? Oh yeah, that's a brutal little pike. Okay. Well, gotta start somewhere. Now there's a hot dog stick. You of them make a nice fishing rod out of them too. Oh, there's one, far one, go. I'll hold you smoky. I'll hold your rig.
Oh my smoky.
Get him. Walleye?
Oh.
No.
Lost him.
No. Well, let's see. Do you have a minnow?
Oh.
Yep. Fire back down quick. Your whole rig should be assembled.
The smoky threw me off.
That was a walleye, I think. Because it didn't go as wild. You're good. Here you go.
Oh, dang it. I think that stick's going again.
The far one?
Yeah.
Oh, it is. It is. I got it. That's a walleye. You can tell by the steady bend. Oh yeah. Yep. Ooh, nice fish. Yep. That's a beauty. That's a nice fish. Yeah. Definitely just crushed it again. There, smoked it.
So do I
just give him a second because you. Okay, crush him.
Like hard?
Yeah. Did you get him? You got him. Atta girl.
Oh, a perch.
Nice churchy.
He's an eater.
Okay, we got our first clue. They're out a little deeper. Oh yeah, a bit more of a medium heavy this one, but I made this just for you.
The fish?
Yeah, I knew you'd be disappointed. I knew you'd be disappointed that there were no rods or flashers, so yeah, I free-handed you a nice. I even drew on it for you. Oh, I got one already. He hit it on the way down. Yeah. I think it's a perch. Or small walleye. Yeah, it's a little walleye. Cool. Oh, that's a walleye too, dear.
Oh! Oh!
Oh, what?
Oh!
Oh, what?
What the heck?
Words. Yo, you lost them.
Yeah, that was a good one.
Yeah, don't do that. Jeez. Just gonna check all the minnows. Got him? Good one? Oh, atta girl. I don't think it's a big one, but I'm gonna let him chew on that big minnow for a minute. I got him. It's not bad. Hand bombing is. Oh, look at the size of that perch! Look how pretty that shallow monster is. The guts though on him too. Sweet. Got a little mixed bag happening now. Okay, well that's that. When we're on our way out on foot, we were just kind of walking along, eyeballing for spots, and we just kept saying that point looks better, and this point looks better, and this bay looks better. And we ended up probably 1.5 miles down the lake, so we had a big walk back in the dark, but I'd call it a successful fish. Whatever, we got enough for dinner, a couple decent ones, and yeah, found a new spot using some pretty bush league methods. So yeah, I think a lot of the times ice anglers take the gear they have for granted now, so it's good to see the old archaic styles, you know, remind you how good you got it. If you haven't already, like and subscribe, and we'll probably see you on the open water next.